Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Tanya DiSalvo. I'm the third generation owner of Criterion Precision. We're a machine shop over in Brook Park, Ohio, tucked away just down the street from Captain Taco, if you're familiar with that area. We machine parts for the medical device, aerospace, and weapons firing industries. We're machining parts from the size of the screws that hold your eyeglasses together to about the size of a softball. We've been using, let's see if I know how to use this. Ooh, there we are. Look at that. So we've been using machine tracking devices. So at the end of the day, we make really cool widgets for really cool people. You tear your rotator cuff, we're making an implant that puts you back together. On the opposite end, we're making weapons firing systems. It's not funny, but people are blowing you apart. Or we're using satellites to identify threats in the field. So we've been using machine tracking to track the minutes that we sell since 2013. So at the end of the day, we just deliver you a box full of things, but I'm selling time. So my most important asset is time. And when it started, before there was cybersecurity and CMMC passed down by the Department of Defense, we just wanted to find out where the time went. We weren't really concerned about who was trying to get into our system. We did learn from the countries that we serve that there's lots of bad guys that want to get into Criterion's internet and intranet, and we have now, to be in compliance with CMMC, have started the entire process of becoming certified at a second degree level. I'm not really sure exactly the terminology. But when we've been tracking things on the shop floor, what we wanted to know is, I don't want to analyze spreadsheets, so I'm kind of the user, right? I'm the guy at the end of the choo-choo train here that's trying to figure out what to do with the data and what to do with the time I'm saving. So we have trackers on the machines. Everybody punches in for payroll, right? So I know how long you're breathing air in the building. So I take that, and you're not 100% effective all the time, but you're in the building for 10 hours a day, and then I match it against the spindle uptime, because I want to figure out, am I getting as much uptime as I can? So we have machine tracking devices on there, and we need to know it in real time. Looking at it tomorrow or next week doesn't help what's happening right now. I need to know if there's a problem, because maybe I got a smart guy that can solve it instead of letting the rookie out there try to fumble his way through it. So it kind of became part of our daily rhythm and not just another project to manage. So for us, again, managing the time piece, we're looking at, is it a people issue or is it a machine issue? We're the users here, so this is what we're looking at. So the value of machine tracking is we can look at people's uptime and machines' uptime, and there's always a tug of war between capacity and people usage. We don't have one person standing in front of one machine, right? If you can think about this old picture, and I know a lot of folks have seen this, and it's the guys in New York City, probably in the 30s, sitting on a girder over a building, and they're like swinging their feet, eating out of their lunchbox, because that's how construction was done at that time. Manufacturing doesn't look like that. Construction doesn't look like that. So your vision of, it still happens, right? Old plants, dirty stuff. We look like this building. I was actually admiring this soundproofing up here, because that would be great in our upper deck. But we have white walls, white floors, everything's connected. But what we're trying to figure out when we sell our time is, what's the bottleneck? So when the output slows, our first question used to be, do we need more machines or more people? So now we can see exactly where the time's being lost. If the machines have capacity but people are stretched, we look at fixing scheduling or setups. If machines are maxed out, then we can talk about a capital spend. So it's been really interesting that it's taken it kind of out of the Yahtzee shaker, and we can put some hard data behind it. And that's great for a small company, because I got on every corner there's a consultant that wants to tell me another way to do things, and I can show the data. So it's taking it away from to hard numbers. So we have real-time visibility for everybody on the shop floor. These are just some of the machines that we've got. And I'm not looking at crazy spreadsheets anymore. I get this I have a big TV screen, not this big, in my office, several places throughout the shop floor, so lots of folks can see what's happening. If they are recording their time in our timekeeping Breathe Air system, which they do, and our shop floor system, which they're clocking in, and we're tracking how many pieces we're getting and all that, then we can look and see if the spindle's actually up. I had a rookie. He's really happy. He doesn't break any tools and he doesn't scrap any parts, because those are the only two questions we ask that kid every day. And I said, man, how come you only get like 22 pieces a day? We need like 50. He goes, but I didn't break any tools, I didn't scrap any parts. So he slowed everything down so he could control the only two things I asked him every day. He wins. I asked the wrong questions. But I knew that quicker than I would have known. Because that's right. He fixed what I was measuring. So that was really funny that we found that problem. I'm not a big reports person, so this has been great for me. Supervisors can see this. It's up on the board. It's red, yellow, green. We can see when there's a problem. We have a scoreboard on the shop floor for everyone. It's not Big Brother watching anymore. Kind of used to feel like that. I mean, 2013, that's a hot minute back. Nobody was particularly thrilled with that. Nobody is particularly thrilled with cameras in the building either, but that's just the way the world goes. How are we securing all these data points, Ellen asked me? I have a deer in the headlights, look. I don't know. I'm going to have to find out because CMMC is going to require that, very much so. So for us, AI on the shop floor means we're coaching and we're not chasing. We have data at our fingertips, not just mine, the supervisors, so that they're able to make decisions. We're coaches in the press box. We get the big picture. And it's not anything personal with Big Brother watching. It's all about the execution, right? There's only so many minutes we can sell. We want to be as effective as we can. And the spindle uptime kind of helps us with that. So as a user of the Internet of Things, which this is a big deal because a lot of manufacturing folks are just overwhelmed. And now there's all kinds of machine tracking that can tell us spindle RPM speed, cutting, tooth load, a whole bunch of stuff. At the end of the day, it's time. I just need to know the time. I don't need to know the load per tooth. I got a guy standing there that's a programmer, and I'm paying him to figure that out. I just want to see it at the highest end. So this is how we're using it today. Any questions? Shoot.
Did you create the tool yourself?
No, we did not. We're actually partnering. Let's see if he's got it on here. Sorry, we'll go back one. We're partnering with a guy, it's called the MUT system, Machine Utilization Tracking, and he created it. And it has literally evolved. I'm sure it looks like some of these pieces. What we don't tell everybody is we're just managing the power up and down and the load on the machine. We're really not looking at all this happy crap that we could because it's irrelevant. You can get lost cooked in the squat. There's so many things to look at. We have determined as a leadership group, all we need to know is the spindle running and are we getting the right output? If it's not running fast enough, hence the kid, we'll see it because we have enough other stopgaps in place. So that's how we've done it. Yeah.
Did you tie it to your ERP system?
Not yet. We're going to a new ERP system that's way smarter and paperless. So it's got the open back end that we can put all that in there. We just haven't got there yet. We've been using this long enough. We know this data. Now the ERP system's instilling fear in our hearts. We are in month 11. It's going to be done by the end of the year. So I can't wait to do that. And I'm hoping that'll be a closed loop system. We've also dabbled in, we machine apart, we take it to inspection. Inspection has a fancy CMM, right? We touch probe everything. We create this 3D model in space. We want to give it back to the machine and we want the machine to automatically make the adjustment. It's happening. Really big medical device companies that do knees and hips. So those are big cobalt chrome cobalt chrome parts that need to be perfect, right? Because that ball and socket joint is lubricated with your body wheels. It's not got any other lubrication, so that ball needs to be dang near perfect. So they do have that feedback loop. Those are also like the big OEM in the automotive industry. They have every tool available to them. So we're working on that on a much smaller scale. Anybody else? All right, thank you so much.
I'm gonna make a comment.